Hello everyone, and welcome to the Hive Mind Challenge. This is my series where I play on 8 separate RuneScape accounts at the same time. But that's not all, of course. The Ultimate Iron Man game mode is one that is increasingly popular among OSRS content creators, so I figured I'd bind these accounts to a similar set of rules. Trading items, except among my accounts, isn't allowed. The use of some banks around Gelinor is allowed, but only to convert items to their banknote form. Using the banks of RuneScape for storage purposes is completely off the table. But wait, there's more. To up the ante, looting bags, stash units, and the seed vault are off limits as well. These rules, along with a few other exceptions, are the baseline for this series. My name is Baron Pike, and this is my journey. Hello again everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Hive Mind Challenge. For anybody who's new to the series and didn't watch the first 2 episodes, I'll be thoroughly going over all of the rules for my accounts once again at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that if you're interested, or don't if you're not. It's come to my attention that I'm inching closer and closer to achieving everything I said I wanted to achieve in the first episode. That being completing every free-to-play quest, grinding at least 500 total levels on every account, and obtaining enough coins to hypothetically buy a bond. My plan was to transition my accounts to pay-to-play after that, so I could unlock the majority of Gelinor and its content. However, I simply can't justify spending my own money to grant 8 accounts membership right now. I quite like free-to-play and its simplicity though, and there's still plenty of things we could achieve. The Slayer, Construction, Hunter, Farming, Fletching, Thieving, Herblore, and Agility skills are all not accessible in free-to-play, so it goes without saying that there won't be any progress in these skills. Among our remaining skills, though, I have a few goals in mind. The idea behind the training we do in free-to-play is to prep the accounts for the content I want access to in Members Worlds. The following skill levels are required for completing all of the quests in the game, although 85 combat is required to complete Dream Mentor, so I will realistically need higher combat stats than these. This isn't an exhaustive list of everything I plan to do, but it should at least give me some direction so it doesn't seem like I'm just aimlessly running around doing things. So with our new goals in mind, let's get moving on to the content. Well, I missed the level up message, but there we go. There's 43 magic and level 500 total level on Hive Mind 1. So yeah, first account to reach 500 total. That's pretty nice. I wanted to get all of the level up messages, but I missed 52, so there's 52 in the chat box there. Damn, I did that quite a few times where I forgot to get the level up messages, unfortunately. I wasn't paying attention, but you can still see it in the chat box. We just hit level 55 magic on both of the accounts, and now we can use high level alchemy, which obviously that's what this was all about. That took like over 20 hours of splashing. This was way slower XP than I actually thought it was. I really didn't like look into this in advance, and I didn't have any idea how slow it was going to be, so when I train the other 6 accounts up to 55 magic, because I do want to try and get 55 magic on all of the accounts, so that any of them can cast high alchemy, not just these 2. But for now, I'll probably just go do some money making. I'll have just the 2 accounts that can high alch, but in the future, when I want to train the other accounts up to 55 magic, probably not going to do it via splashing. I'm probably going to just actually buy runes and kill either lesser demons or ogress warriors or something. But yeah, so that's level 55 magic on these 2 accounts, getting along nicely. We have quite a few mind runes left over too, almost 23,000. Yeah, just over 23,000 mind runes left over, so yeah. Moving forward here, I would like to get rid of a lot of this stuff. I'm going to just alch most of this stuff that's in my inventory, and I'm probably going to hang on to the pickaxes. I thought I was going to alch them, but I think what I should actually do is do a little bit more mining, because I still have 16 more forging rings, and I'll just do smithing on all of the accounts just to make it quicker instead of funneling all the smithing XP into the one account. Just want to burn through these forging rings, and hopefully if I can get all of the other accounts up to 40 mining, then I can mine a bunch of gold, and then I'll be able to use up these gems, because I would like to be able to cut these 25 diamonds for a good bit of crafting XP, and also as well I have just quite a few cut gems here as well that I want to use up and just try and get some crafting XP out of them. So yeah, that's the next plan. So I had a clue scroll left over from, I don't know, something I did between now and the end of last video, and I just completed it, so nothing. Anyway, yeah. Well, I've been mining and smithing for a while. I've used up all of the forging rings that I had there, and now I'm at least level 40 mining and 35 smithing on all of the accounts. Right now, I want to take all the accounts to Dwarven Mines here, mine a bit of gold, and then just train crafting on Hive Mind 1 to get Hive Mind 1 above the level to make all of this diamond stuff. So, diamond rings, diamond necklace. We'll see. I want to get at least to level 43 to make diamond rings so that I can use up all of these gems and just not waste that crafting XP. That's the plan. So I took all the accounts to the Dwarven Mine, mined a bunch of gold, and smithed it into gold bars. So now I have enough gold bars to make all of these gems into amulets and rings and things. So just gonna chew my way through all of these gems to use them up to get some crafting XP, and then I'm gonna move on. The last time I came to the bank, I left 8 of my sapphires in here. So, nope. 1, 2, 3. I guess we'll. So I gotta drop 8 sapphires now. Damn, that kind of sucks that I did that. But anyway, that's the rules. If I leave something in the bank, it has to be dropped on the ground. So. Rip 8 of my sapphires. Well, I used up all the gems that I had, all of the cut sapphires, rubies, and emeralds. I think I'm just gonna sell these 2 cut diamonds that I have to the shop here, because they sell for over 1k a piece, and then I'll just hang on to the uncut ones, because it's still a couple levels yet before I can cut diamonds. I think I need 43. So I need 4 more crafting levels. I'll just hang on to these uncut diamonds until then. And, yeah. That's the plan. I'm not gonna train any more crafting right now, I don't think. So I've cleaned up the inventories on pretty well all of the accounts, and then I traded over a bunch of arrows and runes and like 1 GP to each account to sort of just set their like placeholders, I guess, because I'm gonna head over to Corsair Cove and slay Ogres Warriors for a little bit. I know Ogres Warriors drop every single one of those types of runes, all 3 of those types of arrows and coins, so I just thought I would sort of set up the inventories so that I ain't gotta move anything around while I'm slaying them. Well, I was really hoping that I was gonna get the drop on the ground as part of the loot pile, but I finally got one of these, Shaman Mask. I'm pretty happy about that. Another nice little fashion scape to add to the collection. That's a 1 in 1200 drop. To get that there, what's that even worth? It's worth like 8k or something. Yeah, nothing, pretty well. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll probably end up getting a few more of these along the way. Maybe I'll hang on to them and collect them or something. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, so that's a cool drop. So yeah, I'm thinking that I'm gonna need a Staff of Fire, because I'm not getting quite as many fire runes as I was hoping. And I want to be stocking them up. I don't want to just be wasting all these fire runes, so yeah. I got a Staff of Fire to help me alch this stuff for cheaper. So all of the random event outfits that I've been hanging on to on all the accounts, they've kind of been growing on me. I did want to keep them, but after some more thought, you know, I can get these back once I go to members if I want to, and then I could store them in the house, but hanging on to them for now, especially considering, like, on this account, we already have all of the zombie and the, what's it called, the drill sergeant random event outfit, so these 5 pieces of clothing I can get rid of. I don't need to be hanging on to those anymore. I can always get them back at any point that I want, and then later on in these accounts I'll be able to store them in a player-owned house. This account as well has the zombie emotes already, so these zombie gloves and zombie trousers can go, and on this account I already have the zombie and drill sergeant stuff as well, so all of these pieces of gear can go. So that's 4 plus 5 plus 2 for a total of 11 pieces of gear that I've now gotten rid of. Cleared up a lot of spaces in these inventories, that's pretty nice. So yeah, now I'll be able to camp longer for each session at the Ogres Warriors. So we're here at Ogres Warriors again. I've been camping here for quite a while now. Just want to earn a whole bunch of GP, just start earning a bunch of GP towards the goal that I set at the start of the series to make enough money for a hypothetical bond. So this is going to be the fastest way for me to do that. As you can see, I've stocked up quite a lot of rune drops. So I have all the accounts here, and you can only see 6 of them on the other monitor here. I have the other 2 accounts, like I can drag that over, but it's easiest for me to just show you this way, and then I will, so I come here and drop everything that is either alchemables or just a gem that I'm going to cut on Hive Mind 1 and drop. So I'm not hanging on to any of the gems except for diamonds because I can't cut those yet, and I want to just hang on to them until Hive Mind 1 gets the level to cut them. Then I'm going to cut them all, sell them to the gem shop in Falador, and then past that point it's probably not worth continuing to hold on to them because they're just taking up too much space. And yeah, other than that, the only thing I probably want to hold on to are these limpwort roots, but even these are kind of a toss-up because, yeah, there are a lot of, I guess, just instant herblore XP that I can pretty well get as soon as I get the level to make strength potions, but I would also need a lot of Terramin herbs to go with these, so also having to teleport to Falador to turn them into notes and then come back here is kind of a bit of a pain in the ass. So looking at Hive Mind 1's point of view now, we kind of just wield the Staff of Fire, start picking up all this stuff, and then go to town.
I don't deny there's some strange evolutionary process going on.
And yeah, so we're gonna have quite a lot of XP here for Hive Mind 1. Oh, is that gonna get us the crafting level? That is gonna get us the crafting level. Nice, 42. So if I'm not mistaken, I only need 1 more level for diamonds, because diamonds are 43. So in 1 more level, I won't have to constantly be carrying these around. I'm just gonna cut them all up, and then probably just sell them to the gem shop in Falador for a bunch of GP, because they sell for 1.4k each. Also, here we're pretty close to a mil GP on this account, and then if we also look at Hive Mind 2, he's got 380k, because Hive Mind 2 is the other account that can alch. So yeah, we're over 1 million GP. Just hit level 43 crafting from cutting all the gems. Nice. Now we can make diamond rings and we can cut diamonds. That's really, really useful. So these 84 diamonds, plus we got some more on all the other accounts as drops right now. How many more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So almost 90 diamonds. I'm gonna head back to Falador, alch all these. Oh, I got a few more things I gotta alch up here. I'll probably end up cutting all of these diamonds and then maybe making them into diamond rings so that I can make a little bit more money and a little bit more, I can get more crafting XP out of them, so yeah, that's the plan. Well, I have gone through all the effort of trading all of the runes and drops over to just one account, so over 2 million GP already just from camping the Ogres Warriors and alching all their drops. We got lots of arrows, lots of runes. Most of this stuff is probably just gonna get sold, I'm thinking. I'm gonna take a break from range for a while. I think I want to train some skills, so I'll probably get rid of all of my range gear on all the accounts. So I think I'm gonna sell off all of the runes that we got from Ogres Warriors, except for the Law, Nature, and Mind runes. All the other rune types could probably go. Right now I'm just going to get rid of the Chaos, Death, and Cosmic and see how much I get for that. I reckon I should get at least 200k from selling all of these off, so yeah. So we got an extra 46k times 8, so I guess that would be over 300, 400k GP, so that's pretty cool. So I have come out here to just sort of the area south of Falador where there are an Earth, Fire, Air, and Water Wizard, and these all have a pretty good drop rate of their respective talismans. Now I want some Earth talismans, because I'm thinking that I want to do some rune crafting, and rune crafting earth runes is probably going to be our best method. So I'm going to go ahead and collect some earth talismans and then make them up into earth tiaras. Well, I must have been just going really dry at the start of that because I started getting a bunch of these later on, but I think in the first like 100 kills I must have only gotten 2 of these earth talismans. Maybe it is 1 in 20, I'm not really sure. So I'm thinking I want to do some rune crafting for a while. I need to sell off all the range gear, but I also need, I think I want to get rid of these runes, all of the mind and elemental runes. So I'm going to head back over to the Wizard's Tower, slay some wizards for a while to get the blue wizard pieces for some mage bonus, and then I'll probably go back to Ogresses and just use up these runes. So yeah, that's the plan. Well, I'm here in Lumbridge. I have collected everything I believe I need. I have the earth talismans for when I'm done training magic and I want to train some rune crafting. I got the sets of blue wizard robes so that we can use up all these runes right now. Also, I have collected up all of the range gear. I'm going to go sell that stuff right now because I don't need it for a while. And yeah, also I got another set of emotes, the Drill Sergeant emotes, so I can drop this set of camo, which kind of pains me to do, but you know, like, we can always get them back if we ever want them. I don't really want to do a maze right now, to be honest. The maze is a good one, but I just can't be bothered sometimes. Anyways, I'm thinking Hive Mind 1 now is going to run to Varrock, do some shopping for a while. I'm back at the Corsair Cove, surprise surprise. I gave most of all of the runes to Hive Minds 3 through 8, since they haven't trained magic as much. Hive Minds 1 and 2 already have 55 and 56 magic respectively. The other accounts are sitting at 38, 38 across the board. So I've got 4,000 casts of Fire Blast, or which one is it? Fire Strike, on all these accounts, and we'll see how many magic levels that gets us. Hive Minds 1 and 2 are probably just going to serve as like mules, really. They're probably not going to do much. Hive Mind 1 is just going to log in to cut the gems and alch stuff, and then log back out again. Hive Mind 2 is probably not even going to be logged in. Might just log in Hive Mind 2 to stack up the Limpwort roots, And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just gonna chew up some runes, and the more mind runes, chaos runes, and other and death runes that I get from the drops, I'm gonna use to chew through these elemental runes that I have. So that's the plan. Alright, well, I've been slaying the Ogress Warriors for a little while. Just about all the accounts have run out of air runes at this point, so I'm just going to trade all of the stacks of runes back to Hive Mind 1. I've laid out all the accounts like this just so you can see the skill totals really well. So the lowest total level on Hive Minds 5 and 6 at 479. We're pretty close to the 500 total level mark on all the accounts like we wanted. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So I looked at the spells, and I'm going to run out of mind runes before I run out of water and fire runes. So I'm just going to come back to this guy, to good old Aubrey, and buy some more mind runes. I'm just going to have to do some quick maths as to roughly how many I'll need, because it's not really worth my time to just sit here selling these. The shop will hardly buy them for anything. I'd rather just get some magic XP out of them, even if I have to buy more runes to do that. I don't want to have to sell these, carry them around, or drop them on the ground. So yeah. Alrighty, well, I've got all of my runes running back to the Corsair Cove now. It might seem a little pointless if I was trying to get rid of runes to then go to Varrock and buy, 2.3k more mind runes, but we're gonna need level 57 magic on this account to enchant diamond jewelry to make a power amulet anyways. So, I mean, getting this experience now is not a bad idea. I need 14,500 more experience to get to level 57, so I figured what I'm gonna do is wield the air staff, start by using the water strikes. Those are a 1-to-1. I'm running the wrong way. Those are a 1-to-1, so I'll use 1871 mind runes, burning through 1871 water runes, and then fire runes are 3-to-1, so I only need about 421 or 422-ish mind runes to use up these 1264 fire runes. So that's the plan. Hey, there we go, 57 magic. We can now enchant diamond jewelry, so we can now get ourselves a amulet of power. Well, we can't craft it yet, but we can enchant it when we get it, so that's pretty cool. Well, I used up pretty well all of the runes, all the mind runes at least. The Chaos, Cosmic, and Death runes I plan on selling to the shop in Varrock, because it's just not really worth using them. I could use the GP to buy more mind runes, and I'd get more magic XP that way. As for the elemental runes, I'll probably just drop them, because I only saved a few for teleports. What I have promptly done here is I took all the accounts to the Dwarven Mine, mined up 175 gold ore, and now I'm going to make all of these gems that I had from the Ogresses into necklaces and rings, and then sell them to the jewelry shop in Port Sarim and see how much I can get. I'll probably just do this playing on one account because it's just easier for me. It's more convenient. The other accounts don't have the smithing level or the crafting level to make the jewelry anyways, so I'll just be playing on the one account for a bit. That's 44 crafting, 45 crafting, 46. There we go, 47 crafting. That's going to be the last level I'll get. I won't get another level with these supplies. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Got 4 more levels from hanging on to these gems. Alright, well, I'm done crafting now. Originally, my plan was going to be to sell these to Grum's Gold Exchange in Port Sarim, sell this jewelry, but it actually doesn't alch for a bad price at all, so I'm probably just going to opt to alch all of this stuff. Alrighty, well, we got 10k from the gold rings, but these mainly are going to alch for a lot more. You gotta see this. These alch for over 2.1k a piece. We just went from 9,800 to 11,900, so that's pretty good. We're gonna get like over 200k for the rest of these rings, so. Alright, 240k, nice. We also got 58 magic out of that, so that's pretty cool. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe pretty well all the inventories are cleaned up on all the accounts, and now I can move on to doing a little bit of rune crafting. Alright, well, I've finally cleaned up all the inventories, made all the tiaras, got the earth talismans transferred over to all the different accounts, got pickaxes, divided all the stuff up evenly, and yeah, I'm gonna probably runecraft earth runes for a while and just see how that is compared to the water runes. So for those of you that haven't been paying attention to my series since the beginning now, I'm going to go over the rules I've set for myself and how I'm going to play these accounts. I'm going to be following normal Iron Man restrictions, meaning I won't be trading items with other players or using the Grand Exchange. Obviously I can trade items with each other though. I have also allowed myself to bend the usual Iron Man restrictions when trading with shops. I will, however, be limiting the use of this in situations where I feel that it's too overpowered. An example of this would be allowing myself to purchase diamond amulets from Grum's Gold Exchange in Port Sarim. This would allow me to enchant them into amulets of power without requiring 70 crafting to craft the amulets myself, so I will not be allowed to do this. The next rule is that I will not be allowed to store items in the bank. The bank interface may be utilized in a few ways. I'm allowed to open the bank to deposit items and then withdraw the items in banknote form. But I'm not allowed to close the bank interface with items still stored in my bank. Should I ever mess up and accidentally do this, leave items in the bank, and then I close the bank and go back to whatever I was doing, when I come back and see that I've left items in the bank, those items are just immediately going to be dropped on the ground. They're now no longer legit because I've used the bank to store them. So currently I've only allowed myself to note items at 2 banks in Galenor, those being Lumbridge Castle and Falador West Bank. And for as long as the accounts should remain in free-to-play only, these are the only 2 banks in which I will be doing this. In the future, when I go members, I may allow more banks. I'm not 100% sure about how I want to go about this, but I'll figure that out down the road. Lastly, I won't be allowing the use of the looting bag, seed vault, or stash units. I won't be allowed to claim any rewards from the Stronghold of Security, and I won't be using the Zulrah banking method or any other banking methods. If you're not familiar with what this is, Zulrah has an item reclamation feature in which you can reclaim all of your items upon dying at Zulrah by talking to an NPC. However, simply choosing not to reclaim these items right away allows you to leave them with the NPC and gives you a free inventory to do other things with. I will be allowed to reclaim my items should I die at Zulrah on one of these accounts, but I must do so immediately. I'm not going to be leaving the items with the NPC and then going and doing anything else. So yeah, I believe that's all of the rules and guidelines I wanted to cover, just so that it makes sense in the future why I do things the way that I do. Thank you to everybody who stuck around and watched this far. Thank you to everybody who's new to the series. To anyone who's dropped a like or subscribed, thank you so much. And I'll see you next time on the Hive Mind Challenge. Bye-bye.